like a meeting with my team anyway, but I really feel like they're going to get so much more out of hearing from people that aren't me and hearing from like other consultants of different levels too.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys feel
No,
that way.
okay, you know Jose.
There's the ornery teenager right there.
Hey! But Jose went on my team page and talked about the way he does Facebook parties, and half of my team, like a lot of people showed up to listen to him, which I was excited about. And then I was kind of like, dang, I wish they would all show up at my. But anyway, they got so much out of it, and they even, they became friends with him on Facebook, and like I just like.
Yeah.
I took it as you know what, I'm doing this to help them. They need to hear from someone other than me all the time.
And different people have different strengths. Like teaching somebody how to do a Facebook party would not be my strength at all.
Like fundraising is not my forte. Yeah. I'm still trying to get one, as sad as that is. I live in a big city where I should be able to just pick one up.
You would think, right? Like I'm offering money. You don't want it?
No, right. Almost like the bigger the city, the smaller the mind. They actually, they kind of scoff at like a direct sales consultant saying, let me raise money for your school, or let me raise money for your business, or whatever. I have reached out to at least 10 different organizations in the past 3 months, and none of them, I've sent them packets, like tells all about it. None of them have gotten back to me.
Yes. My son's high school, which I'm very involved in, said, we don't want to go that route. For their project grad, I said, let me do Scent Circle, like very simple. No, they all scoffed at it. They're like, no, we're not going to do that. I was like, okay.
And it's hard because you put yourself.
There was not enough of a return. Like you're not giving enough. So she's like, it makes me wonder what these other fundraiser companies are offering. Are they offering 50% on the jacked up prices of wrapping paper that lasts for 2 boxes?
Right.
Most of them are offering about 30% to 40%, because I am the fundraiser coordinator for our middle school PTA.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Cool.
Yeah, no, it's stupid. I don't.
You're like, no, it's not cool.
I got elected to it or whatever, and they're like, oh, we've always done Yankee Candle, and I was like, we will not be doing Yankee Candle anymore.
No.
I was like, we won't do that, and they're like, and I was like, we don't have to do Scentsy, but we're not doing Yankee Candle.
No kidding.
Not as long as I'm in charge.
Exactly. So, it's just crazy. But so yeah, what do you guys think? Do you guys have any like suggestions or ideas? Anything?
So are you talking about bringing the entire teams onto this page and then keeping them there permanently? Just
a Zoom call once a month, like this, same format.
Like inviting them.
Okay.
And we could like share the link to our own page.
That's right.
So they're never going to be on. No, please don't bring them on our page, because I've already complained about some today.
We would post the Zoom link, probably like on the 1st of every month, and then I'd want to do it like in the beginning of the month, because then it could kind of set the tone for our teams. And then whoever came, they came. If they don't come, they don't come. It's up to them, but it goes back to whoever shows up goes up, and you're gonna see the people that show up, and you're gonna see that they're gonna naturally progress. So, because that's what happens. So, yeah, I mean, it's pretty easy in my mind. I think it's easy, but the harder part might be like figuring out who's going to present and getting them to actually like commit to it, because especially with some like lead consultants and star consultants, they might be a little bit more shy.
Right.
But I think those are the ones that will really benefit the most though, because they can hear from a director or a star director or a superstar director all day long, but you hear from a lead or an essential or a certified consultant, and they're telling you that, hey, this is really working, it's successful, I'm actually making money, I'm selling 2,000 PRV a month, and they'll go, oh, so they're at the same level I am and they're selling 2,000 PRV, well then why am I not, you know?
Right.
Yeah. Because sometimes I think they think it's only, like only we can do it. Or,
Yeah.
and I think today, I think it was on our page that, we were talking about, Lynn had mentioned, she couldn't even afford to buy a light bulb. And
Yeah.
I've often got team members on my team who can barely rub two nickels together. And I found that either some of them are totally motivated by that, like I am not living this way anymore, or I'm kicking myself because it's like I almost feel guilty for bringing them into a business that sometimes you got to spend a little money to make a little money. Like it's
That's
business,
yeah.
You
Yeah.
got like the one that just came back again for the fall season, I guess, and she doesn't even have testers. It's like, if you buy nothing else,
Yeah.
buy a set of mini testers. And if you can't afford that, then I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
I mean,
Really, what you can say. You can just honestly, you have to be honest with it. Like sometimes it's hard for me because I'm a person who doesn't like confrontation, and so I don't like to also hurt people's feelings. But sometimes, especially in this business, I feel like you have to give them a certain level of tough love, and I definitely feel like I learned this from Laura. She literally is just like tough love to us, and she'll be like, listen guys, like there are certain things you have to do for your business. You have to buy your catalogs, you have to buy your testers, like these are the things you have to do. They're minimum, but it's an investment you have to. And sometimes you just have to say that to them. Like it sucks because it should be common sense and you shouldn't have to, but like, and then if they don't do it, like they shouldn't be allowed to come back anymore, like especially at that point if they can't even, if they're not buying testers and this like the fourth time that they've come back, like they ought to know what they need to do.
I gifted one of my back in August when it was like my best sponsoring month ever. I gifted mine that made certified in their first 30 days or 40, actually take that back, 45, maybe 2 months. I gifted them a set of mini testers just because I knew they were hungry and wanted it. And I had another, I gave her that option, but she just couldn't make it work. Like I felt bad because she was trying to find, a house and, she's a single mom. Like I kind of felt bad because I was thinking, man, she can't even afford, life right now. Like, and I'm asking her to do X, Y, Z, but I mean, like you said, there's people who have worse circumstances that are still able, they're making things happen in their business. So I can't.
Yeah.
I can't. Yeah.
I have a girl like that. So she lives with her mom. She has 3 kids. Her husband doesn't work. She doesn't work because she's on disability. Like they literally have no money, right? She spent like her last $99 to join. She joined full $99, right?
Yeah.
And every single month she's sold $500.
That's awesome.
Every single month. And I have done nothing other than like check in with her, tell her what she needs to do, and give her ideas on like ways to get out and about and like meet people. But I told her early on, I was like, you're not going to be able to sell through Facebook. You're going to have to get out and do events.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to tell you, you're not going to have enough support, because I knew she didn't get out and meet and see enough people. But they can do it. And that it comes back to the tough love. Like you really just have to you kind of have to put like a bandage around your heart and just be like, listen, this is what you need to do if you want to actually make this work. If you want to actually make this into something, this is what you need to do.
Is she a lead consultant? Or maybe she should talk.
She actually just made lead last month. She got a random recruit at the end of October. The recruit did just enough to get her to lead, but this month she hasn't done anything. So she's a lead, but
kind of in limbo, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, she wants it, and she talks to people, and she's added people to her team page and stuff, but, you know, recruiting is going to be harder for her. So.
All right, move on.
So, yeah, but, I mean, it is hard, especially when you get those consultants that, you know, like, you can tell right from the jump, like, they don't have the
gumption. Like, they're not going to go for it. And then I have some who money is not an issue. Like, they have more money than they need, and they just are just doing it as a hobby, which is fine because we need hobbyists. But I'm also kind of like, it's just,
you could make a business out of it.
I'm like, girl, you can have you don't need Dr. Hubby's money. You can make your own. Like, you have all the resources to have a banging business. And she's a great people person. And I'm just like,
yeah.
But
I feel like after reading, well, I haven't finished it, but the Get Over Your Damn Self. It's like those are the people that I need to be looking for. The already successful woman that, you know how to make things. I need to recruit my sister-in-law. Hey, honey, will you call your sister?
No, the doctor's wife is my cousin, and she lives in San Antonio, and I love her to death. But they have like 7 kids. She's always busy. They're military. I mean, they have a lot going on. So I don't think it's for my personal situation. It's a time thing. Like, I know she loves Scentsy, but she's just kind of like, if I'm like, hey girl, put in your order, like, and she'll do like a $500 order just for herself, which is fine. I'm not complaining, but I'm just like, you could do so much more.
Easy.
True though, but look at, like, I don't know if any of you know Christina Malone. She has 6 kids. She homeschools, and you know she works her business like crazy. And so it's funny. I think
busy people do better.
I think this depends on how people use their time, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And
busy people like to be busy. They're busy for a reason.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And the busier you are, the more people you're face-to-face with. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let me ask y'all something. This might be a little off topic or in top, I don't know. But do y'all have several teamies that do more than one direct sales? And how do you, because that annoys the crap out of me.
Yeah.
It annoys the crap out of me.
I just haven't enjoyed it.
I do a post like every couple months. I don't know, John, it sounded like Johnny said the same thing. Like, I do a post like every few months, and I'm like, just to let you know, like, if you are doing multiple direct sales businesses, one, you're spreading your customers thin because you're obviously, they see your posts from both companies.
Right.
And 2, they're not going to trust you as a Scentsy consultant because you're slinging Monet or whatever that crap's called, and then
although what about lip hair there, Shelva?
lip sense going, like what product do you really believe in most?
Yes.
I'm not a rep. Just saying, not a rep.
Unique. Every morning she's doing a unique live video, and I'm like, hey, when are you going to post about Scentsy? And she's like, oh, I'll post my link later. And I'm like, oh, yeah, they're going to really like, oh, you posted your Scentsy link? Let me order from you. No wonder you got 94 PRV.
But she probably has a following of like 3,000 people.
Seriously.
Doubtful. They probably all turned her off because she's in a different sales business every other month.
I know.
Yeah, that's true.
And then I have a former LuLaRoe girl, but she's all Scentsy, which is great. But I told her, I was like, this isn't LuLaRoe. You know, this is before all the bad press and all that came out. I was like, it's going to take time. We're not promising you a Bentley. Like you're gonna have to, you know, work. Gonna have to work, mama. So, it just bothers me because they, what is that? It just, they're confusing their customers. They're not interactive with, you know, on the page. You know, it's just, I don't know. I wish I could just tell them all, you're not allowed to do more than one thing. You need to do one. Pick one.
I think so too. Because you run the risk of them trying to steal your other teammates too. That's what happened on our team. We had one girl who, she joined Origami Owl, and the next thing I know, she recruited one of the girls from our team, and I just said, listen, you both are up for termination. Make a decision. And just left it at that. And she ended up leaving, which I'm glad because she was really slimy. But
Yeah.
no.
I have one that just rolled up to me, and one of her new recruits is also doing the nail thing. What's it called? Color
Street.
Color, yeah. And so I'm seeing her post more about that, and I feel so bad for Megan because she literally recruited like 7 people since August.
Wow.
And really none of them are doing anything. So I'm kind of freaking out in my head because I'm looking down the road and I'm thinking, we're going to lose 7 people at basically all the same time, or at least 6 of them. And I don't know. The one girl that's doing both, she has been, you know, interested. Like she'll get on the Marco Polo and things like that. So I'll give her props for at least interacting with us. But I really do feel like from a customer perspective, especially a customer that is a little bit hesitant about direct sales companies, I feel like to them, it looks like, oh, she's just trying all these different get-rich schemes until she gets rich.
Yeah.
And
Right.
I just think it's a bad look.
They lose their credibility.
Yeah.
They lose their credibility.
I agree, Cheryl Beth. I just don't, I mean, that's how I look at, you know, there's one friend of mine that I've known for years, and good grief, I think she's on her at least 4th direct sales company. And I'm just like, I don't even take it serious anymore because what's it going to be 2 months from now?
Yes.
I had one of my best girls. She did almost 4,000 by herself this month. She's doing Pampered Chef or whatever that is. Mm-hmm. And she messaged me and she's like, hey, I'm thinking of doing Pampered Chef. What do you think? And I said, I don't think it's a good idea. I mean, I'll support you in your business, but I don't think it's a great idea. You have such a huge foundation with Scentsy, and if you throw in this other direct sales, people are going to be like, oh, so what business do you want me to support now? Do you want me to support your cooking business or Scentsy? Because people are going to only want to do one or the other.
Right. I think that's a really good statement, Johnny, in that, you know, you're cutting your customers in half because, well, they just purchased Pampered Chef from you last week. You think they're going to do Scentsy this week? Probably not.
Exactly.
You know, I think that's a really good point. Really good point.
She asked me, should I do a joint group? And I said, definitely not. And if you do a Pampered Chef, you need to keep your Scentsy people out of your Pampered Chef because then they're gonna end up leaving one or the other. You know, or maybe even both, because they're like, oh, I don't know what to support anymore, so both.
Yeah. So
she thankfully she took my advice, and this month she did over 3,500, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad you listened.
Well, and I think that any of us that have been around long enough to know Scentsy, Grace Adele, Velada, and trying to keep up with 2 or all 3, it was virtually impossible to do well at all 3 of them. You always had your first love, you know, and thankfully for me, it was Scentsy.
Yeah.
So, but, you know, I know other people that are still in Scentsy that really took off with Velada. And so when that, you know, died, it's been hard for them to get motivated again in Scentsy because they were doing so well with the other. And I just really do think that you lean towards your passion, and if cooking is your passion, if you're growing a garden in the backyard or whatever, then of course Velada is going to be something that you do well in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. So, back to the
Sorry. I'm sorry. I saw one of my girls post about her other bit, and I was just like, good God, it's end of month. Would you knock it off?
I mean, I want to talk about all those things. But so do you guys want to start this like after the new year, like a Zoom meeting with our teams after the new year, after everything's kind of the dust is settled, and we can kind of get them like laser focusing in on a couple things, and I can just make like events in our page so that way they pop up and remind everybody. I feel like that's the easiest way to do it. And then we can have pre-set up Zooms already so we can just copy and paste them and share them and don't have to, there isn't a lot of work involved. And then that way, you know, it's just another avenue for our teams to kind of pull. But does anybody have like any other ideas with it, or are you guys just go with that? Like they'd pretty much be just coming on and like telling how they work their business and then kind of taking like quick fire questions from other consultants in all of our teams, whoever ends up showing up, which we all know we only like 2 people. So
oh, Dawn,
No, I guess I have a question. Is one Zoom meeting, is it going to be like a day in the life of a Scentsy lead consultant, and then the next month the same topic but a star consultant? Like, or are we wanting to come up with different types of topics? Like off the top of my head, you know, if we had someone, either a superstar consultant or a director, whomever, have a topic that kind of grabs attention, like how to lose your 5 ways to lose your business, and like go over things not to do. Kind of like a play on, someone did this, and I don't know who
it was.
is.
Candy Hine. She's my star director.
Yes!
Candy Hine.
Yeah,
she did that for
I was like, that is brilliant!
Yeah, it was so fun.
I wish I only heard about it and get to see it. I wish I could have, but
You know, I think she might have shared the video to the director page, so you might search.
okay, I'll check.
You know
Okay.
I'm gonna go check right now.
I don't think I was a director yet. I think because I'm still.
No, I think it was after boot.
Was it? You know what? You're right. You're right. I don't know.
know what you're drinking. Was that a beer bottle?
Me?
It's only my first one. My kids were awful tonight. My son's nickname is Bashhole.
Oh, there
Okay.
you go.
like a whole bottle of wine, so don't feel bad.
I do not.
I had 3
And I just thought that topic was like a great thing because that caught my attention. So I don't know.
You guys want to have topics too, or do you want to just like, because my thought process was I just want to make it as easy as possible so that they don't feel like they have to prepare a bunch of stuff. They can literally just talk about how their business.
What if we did like I almost feel like if it's just once a month, which is great. I mean, I think that's great. But at the same time, it's like, so let's, for example, say I asked one of my downline, Petra, she's like my events queen, to come on and talk about events. But if we did like a 1-hour Zoom, maybe we could have 3 different people. Maybe that would be harder to come up with 3 people doing, 20 minutes on events, 20 minutes on something else. And so at least that way, like if we say, oh, Petra's coming on for a Zoom event on events, people may not show up because they don't do events or they're not interested in doing events. But if we said we're going to have 3, superstars talking about their great things that they do, come on and see, if anything clicks. That's asking a lot, I know, but.
Yeah, I just want to leave enough time to where they can tell whatever they want to say and people have enough time to ask questions. But do you guys feel like they probably won't ask a lot of questions?
Probably not.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think some of mine definitely would. If it was a topic that they were really trying to improve upon, I think they would ask a few questions. I mean, just think of like the whole mug thing right now, with the room sprays and whatnot. And I mean, you know, that's a couple people have posted, you know, success stories with that. And I know Holly Moran, she was being inundated with questions. You know, do you do six packs? Do you do this? Do you do that? What scents do you use? And she's like, I don't have time for this. I'm making mugs. So, you know, I mean, a ton of people were asking questions. They like to know those details. So I think they would. I mean, I think they would ask questions. I think it's important to have question time for sure.
Yeah. And that's the thing is, I don't want to take in my mind, I don't want to take up like the whole hour, because what if a consultant who is maybe nervous rambles a little bit, and then there isn't enough time for the other consultants to talk, and then they feel let down. Does that make sense? Like if you do too much in the hour.
Right.
What if
No,
you
that
had
makes
a
total
Q&A?
sense. Yeah. I think it's important to see all different aspects of it. It's, you know, troubleshooting at its best.
Yeah. So maybe say like two different consultants, and we could do like a central lead or certified, and then we could do a star, superstar, or director. So we could have two different ends of the spectrum.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
That is a great idea. And I think maybe we just let the presenters know that, you know, you have 15 minutes to present, and we'll have you on a timer, you know, not to be rude, but just so that you can present in your 15 or 20 minutes so that we have time for questions, and then we'll go on to the next person. And if you're just upfront about it, just say, you know, we all get excited about the things we love, and sometimes, you know, we need to be cut off.
Reel it in.
Yeah, we need to reel it in so that we can have time for questions.
I'm gonna make a wrap it up sign so that
Ring a bell.
5 minutes.
I can't help. I like those ideas. Does anybody have anything else that they want to add?
I have a question that's totally unrelated. Can I ask it now?
Yeah.
What about our boot camp sweatshirts? Like, I don't want to ask anymore.
Oh, so from what I understand, talking to Michelle, so we came back from boot camp. She said she would do it, and then like her whole entire house got sick.
Yeah, I remember that.
And when her house got sick, it was also like right when she had put out like the leadership shirts, and like I think she's just so backed up right now. She probably like forgot about it. Honestly.
I know, and I don't want to ask, because the last time I said, you know, I just wanted to make sure I didn't miss the invoice. I'm afraid I'm going to miss out again.
It's already paid.
Yeah, because she hadn't sent the invoices, and she said, I'll do it tonight. I'll do it tonight. I'll do it, you know. She keeps saying she'll send them, but she hasn't, to my knowledge.
Her a gentle reminder and ask her. I'll ask her on Sunday, because usually on Sundays she is able to like step away later in the afternoon and do things, I've noticed. So
yeah. I mean, I just keep seeing that she's putting new things out, you know, and I'm thinking, wait a minute. Where's my stuff?
I have a consultant in my team that like got really upset and was like bashing Michelle on page.
Oh,
and
no.
like I feel like
I love Michelle.
Yeah, and
I think she does some great work. I wish it didn't
She
take.
forgot my boot camp shirt when we got to boot camp.
yeah,
But she overnighted it, so like she can do no wrong in my eyes now, because she's busy and I get it. But like I think, like Dawn said, if she gives her a gentle reminder, she'll make it. I think I think things are blowing up for her, which is awesome.
Yeah. I feel like there's, you know, with every like business, like there's growing pains, and I feel like she's in a growing pain right now, and she really needs to hire like a project manager.
Yeah.
Yes.
Somebody
to
who
answer all
can
the
say,
emails.
yeah.
I don't know how she does all that. I mean, I know she has a little bit of help, but still.
I don't think it's, I think more than anything, she needs like a project manager to say like, okay, like this week we need to have these shirts out. You know?
Yeah.
But I mean, who am I? I'm just a Scentsy consultant. So
I know. I just wanted to ask you guys. But hey, I got a jet. I got to go pick up my kid from gymnastics. So it's great seeing you guys again. It was like a mini
Bye.
reunion.
Yeah.
We'll see you.
All right. Good night.
Good night.
so we don't have to beat a dead horse anymore. I'll just kind of set that up, and we can set up the Zoom for like after the beginning of the year, and I'll just announce them in our page, and then you guys can just share them with your teams.
So how are we? Okay. So we're just gonna like pick each of us pick 2 or 3 or however many lead star consultants. Or I guess we can figure that out later.
Yeah, so maybe Amanda, if you could like help me coordinate that, that would be huge.
I got
can
it.
set up all the events, and
Okay.
then if Johnny can set up the Zooms, and then
I'll coordinate the peeps.
yeah, pretty much. I feel like all you need to do is just ask us to give you like 2 to 3 names of like superstars, and then
Yeah.
you friend them, reach out to them, and tell them like, here's the deal, you're gonna present this time, and
This is how much time you have.
don't give them a choice. Just be like, this is what.
Yeah.
You do.
All right, that's good. That
And so, is there anything else that anybody can talk about? How's everybody's end of the month? I still have an order to put in.
you better hurry. Stuff is selling out.
Is it?
Yeah,
What
this
sold out?
came out from under me.
What sold out? Tinsel. Or not tinsel. I mean,
Down the chimney.
Down the chimney. Yeah.
okay. So cranberry, whatever, down the
Yeah.
chimney. The
What
2
did you guys think of that? I didn't like it.
You did it? I like it.
Not like it at all.
Super, super strong.
It
Right.
reminds me of cranberry garland, and Deandra is like in every warmer when cranberry garland comes up. That's what's in it. So, like, it just makes me gag. So I walked in the house and I was like, ugh, this is like cranberry garland on steroids. Yeah, isn't it great? And I was like, it's freaking disgusting. Change the wax.
Isn't it great?
I think it's almost like cranberry garland mixed with Scarlet Woods.
That's exactly what she said.
Do you not like Scarlet Woods? I love Scarlet Woods warmed. I don't like it in the bar.
I love Scarlet Woods. I just don't like it with cranberry garland.
I'm a spring summer girl. I don't like anything fall winter. Nothing fall winter in my house. No.
Girl!
I'm still loving coastal strawberry.
Seriously?
Different strokes.
I'm back.
Gymnastics across the street?
No, my husband just called as I was standing in the doorway and said, do you want me to pick him up? Because he had just dropped off our biggest son. He has hockey practice at 8:30. And then Noah gets done with gymnastics at 8:30. So
Oh, that's
he's
awesome.
going to go get him. I'm like, yes! I'm so tired of going out.
We were just talking about like end of the month stuff. Like, so FYI guys, I haven't even gotten my scents of the season. I don't even know what they smell like because my UPS order has been scheduled 4 times now.
Are you serious?
What?
Wow.
Yep.
Why?
I put them in the same day as the Tinsel Mageddon, and I still haven't gotten any of them. I don't even know what any of it smells like. I haven't got to do a sniff session with my VIPs. I haven't got to do anything. I don't know at all what they smell like.
And we just ruined cranberry and Sinsel for you. Sorry.
Special delivery. The trees are temporarily out of stock.
Again?
Yeah,
They
that
like
was
it.
fast.
We just got them yesterday.
Right.
I know. I thank God I ordered 3 of them.
We have 5 to sell from the warehouse. And they're gone.
Is he brushing his teeth?
He is.
Can you be in the bathroom?
That's funny. Oh my God. I have one more order to put in, but I don't want to do it until like 1 a.m. when the bricks release. Hopefully they release.
I know.
Because I got like a
Oh, that's so
$1,500 party.
smart. Oh my gosh.
And I'm trying
That's
to get
so
on that
smart.
sugar.
I totally like.
Give me all the free.
Hoping my team would stop putting orders in because I'm afraid for December.
Me too.
I
No,
held
that's-
my
I'm
party
sitting
till
here right
tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here right now and I'm like, should I just hold this order? Like
Hold it.
nothing in it is gonna
Yeah.
go away.
Yeah. Did you already hit your numbers?
Party for tomorrow.
Yeah, I made my numbers, and I'm like, I keep looking at them, and they go up a little bit more, a little bit more. I'm like, oh! Who knew you'd be upset about it?
We hit 11,000, and I was like, all right, guys, that's enough. Hold off.
Stop. I know. I don't know what we're at now.
I wish I had my October personal PRV. That was amazing. I mean, it's still good this month, and our team did good, but geez, October was flipping awesome.
A lot of people keep comparing this November to last November, but you really have to remember, like, the sale that we had in October, we had in November last year.
Yeah.
So you really can't compare the 2 months at all.
Yeah.
And then
I just really liked that check. It was really nice.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That's why I was like pushing myself to do 2,000 PRV this month, because I was like, man, that check is not going to be the same this month. As it
So my
was
husband he goes, is it going to be a repeat of last? And I was like,
yeah. And but I almost wish that they would consistently do the sale in November, because I feel like December is the check that matters most
Yeah.
to a lot of us,
Absolutely.
especially with kids.
yes.
So, I mean, not to complain, but
well, and then November 2015 was awesome. I think
was
that
it? I wasn't around then.
That was my biggest. I think that might have been biggest sales, like 16,000, and about the same number of people, because we have a blockade at 60 or something. I don't know.
Oh my gosh. That's like my biggest fear right now, is that I get stuck at like 75 and I can't move past it ever.
I can't even get past 30.
Really?
Yeah, I'm at 30 right now, and I'm obviously going to have someone fall off now. And I think next month I'm going to have like 5 of them, because there's one of my downline. She came in, she came back, reinstated, and she started out really good. And then 1 month she recruited like 5 people, but none of those 5 have done anything in the 3 months. So I'm like, next month is their last month. Like, I've been trying to motivate all of them since day one, and they're like lazy and don't want to do anything. But they're all posting on Facebook about how broke they are.
So when you guys have like front lines that recruit people, do you guys reach out to their recruits?
My problem is recruit. I have no people like who have people. That's my frustration.
I started to recently.
Nobody has a team.
What?
Yeah. I'm not kidding. I have
So
like
everybody is your
like
front
one
line?
girl who has 2 people under her. That's it.
Wow.
Hmm.
That is insane. How many frontline do you have then?
There's about 30.
What are you
What's your
doing?
team?
One of my girls has 25 under her.
Oh, okay.
So we're like this. Where's my camera? This, and then yeah.
Dude, that's how my team is. Like, I have a director and a second gen, like super lopsided. They took off, and I'm like, I'm building my team, but I need more legs.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I have this one frontline who people keep joining under her, and I'm like, congratulations, who is this? And she's like, I have no idea. What do you mean?
Really?
They just signed up under me. It happened to her 3rd time today. I'm like, dude, this is awesome. Congratulations. Like how did this happen? And she's like,
And are you going to share your trick?
yeah. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, is your name in the newspaper or what? What's going on?
Yeah, is she stuffing like
I have no
Tactics
idea what she's doing.
Maybe her number and website is in like a porn magazine or something.
Oh my god.
I mean, you could put my name in a porn magazine too if it's gonna get that many.
Yeah, please. Put it in all of them.
It's
I'll
not my
show you
picture.
my
that'd be-
leg, but it'll be my Scentsy leg.
Oh my god.
Oh my
This
god.
meeting's going downhill quickly. Sorry, it's my fault.
It took a turn.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, I can't even imagine that. But it's so hard to get people. I feel like that's where I'm at right now, though, too. Like, it's so hard to get people to just like get past their own
Fear.
mental roadblocks or whatever to just like ask people.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I don't know what the magic sauce is, but I'd love to find it because I feel like once you find that magic sauce, that's what kind of catapults you.
Yeah, when we
And
start
them.
these Zoom trainings, you guys need to keep Deandra in mind about recruiting because she is my recruiting rock star. I mentioned Scentsy and people run away. She just begins to say the word Scentsy and people are throwing money at her. And I'm like, how do you do this? In
Wait,
August,
is this the same girl?
no, that's my wife. My wife is the recruiting rock.
Oh, your wife. I
Yeah.
didn't hear what you said.
No,
Like
in
throwing money?
August, she had 7 people join, and I'm like, how do you do it?
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow. So
I
great.
don't know. And like the last day, I had somebody join, and she's like, "Wow, you got one person the whole month." And I was like, listen,
Oh my gosh.
so,
That's
yeah,
cute.
Be like, I still have to buy you anniversary presents, Christmas presents.
But she has a very social job, right? She's a stylist, right?
no, she's a stay-at-home mom.
Oh, I was gonna say she has people in her chair and they talk. And I was like, that's awesome. Well, what is she doing? Tell me what she's doing.
I don't know. Today we posted the same exact thing on Facebook. The little bundle for teachers or whatever. I got nothing. She got 70-something comments in like 5 minutes, and I'm like, "What did you do?" And she's like, "I just posted it on Facebook, and people just like messaged me." And my Square or my PayPal account had $500 from people sending her money, and I'm like, "What are you doing? Like, how do you do this?" Like,
She has influence. She has influence.
She has like thousands of followers to your 29,
Dude.
John.
I guess I need to start adding random people.
Yeah. From like Zimbabwe or
Yeah,
other crazy places that want to be friends.
that sounds like a porn.
Johnny, you should work on building like a brand for yourself that people can like connect with you and like over social media and stuff. And I've actually been working on this over the last year, and I've noticed like in the last like 3 to 4 months, people were like tag me and stuff, and I've noticed my business start to pick up too. Because you have kind of a following. It's kind of like you have like you're like what are those YouTubers? People that like people go watch like YouTube videos. It's kind of
Yeah.
like that, where they follow you just to see like what you're doing in your life. It's kind of creepy, but
Yeah.
then they buy Scentsy from you, so it kind of evens out and makes okay.
So we need to
But
give 'em,
I'm
like,
on like
Cool name.
I'm on like this page. It's called the Super Social Group. Kimberly Paluto is. You're in that, aren't you?
Yep. Mhm.
Yeah. Johnny, you need to get in that group.
I love it. And I love Kimberly Polita and Jill McCarthy. Like,
The stuff that they teach you is you're like, why haven't I been doing that? It makes so much sense.
What
But-
kind is this?
It's easy stuff too. It's called the Super Social Group,
Super social.
right? Am I right?
Social supergroup.
social super group. That's what it is.
Social
I
supergroup
know
dash
she
direct
can't-
sales.
Yeah. And she has someone go live because, like, we can't. I know she does trainings like that you can pay for, but we can't do it because, we're 60 people. And so is Jill. But she'll still have people from her mastermind or what have you go live and talk about things. So it's neat to hear other people that aren't in Scentsy and what they're doing to brand themselves. I like it. I dig it.
And once you get in there too, when you like really get going and you get to know like, especially Kimberly Paluto, if you message her and ask her a question, I swear she'll answer it.
So nice. I love
She's-
her.
Yeah, and I mean, a lot of the stuff that I've learned from her.
Mhm. She's very patient. Like, I've noticed people will comment and ask her, like, and the normal person would be like, good Lord,
Yeah,
figure it out. But she's not like that. She's very,
I agree.
yeah.
Messaged a superstar director recently about Black Friday sales because I couldn't decide what I was doing. And she had posted some things, and I thought, oh, let me pick her brain. No answer. And then I realized in the message I look up and I had asked her about something else too, and she had never responded. I'm like, well, I guess I'll stop messaging her.
Who was it?
I didn't say. I'm being good.
There
I
are,
can tell
there are a couple people that I've messaged before, and they didn't ever answer, and I just kind of like brushed it off, and I was like, you know what? If they're not gonna answer, I'm gonna find the answer myself, and just like,
I mean, I figure, well, maybe she's busy answering questions for her own team. I can respect that. Whatever.
It does hurt though. Like, it's happened to me with someone that I definitely looked up to in my business, and I was like, the least she could do is be like, hey, I'm really busy right now, let me just get to a good place and I'll get back to you. But
Yeah,
like,
I don't know.
even if it's an auto reply, like set up an auto reply.
Yeah, out of the office right now in Fiji.
I'd feel better about that out of the office auto reply than nothing.
Yeah.
Or just like the scene at X time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Waiting.
I sent a snapshot of some boots that I want that are on sale at Nordstrom to my husband, and I could see he read it.
That's just rude.
Did you get the boots?
Should I stop recording?
No, it still
It still says recording.
Should I stop
Yeah.
the recording?
Oh, probably at this point.